This is one of my garden beds. They're small, very fertile. A lot of carbon in this soil. Good black soil. It grows some sort of cover crop year round. Just gathering knowledge, you know. And so yeah, let's call it my little experiment bed. One of them. I've got about 5 of them. But it's time for this crop to get terminated and for this ground to get turned up and then replanted. And I am going to let my little 4-legged plows come in here and strip this off, eat the roots, eat the grubs, eat everything, put some manure on it for me. So here's how you get your pigs to turn up your garden for you. They've been in here about 3 days. They've eaten off all the green cover, eaten most of the roots. Once they strip it off, they get kind of bored. So all you got to do is get your drill with a ball bogger on it, drill some boreholes, and just put a little treat in there. Leave them some treasure. Once they get all the easy to reach stuff, they'll spend the rest of the day just digging and digging and digging. They'll bore down until they hit rock, and then they'll turn the stones up like so. What are you doing? What are you doing? Go find another hole. Show them what that neck can do. Come on. Let's watch that big girl shoving some dirt. She's got power. That neck is all muscle. There ain't no fat on these hogs yet. I don't overload them with feed. They're slender. They're growing skeletons and organs and red muscle tissue. I don't want no corn fat hog. When you lock them in a broom closet with a 55-gallon drum of corn, their faces look like pumpkins. They swell up. That's the liver and the pancreas dying. That's what that is. That's inflammation. Just like when you put somebody in an office cubicle with a Coca-Cola vending machine, you know, Dunkin' Donuts on the break room table every day. They look like they got a pumpkin for a face and carrots for fingers. That's what happens. That's inflammation. That's swelling from all that toxic damn sugar. It ain't cholesterol causing heart disease. It's sugar. High fructose corn syrup. You feed them. You know, why do you think animals on distillery grains put so much gain on? It's inflammation. It's fructose. Your muscles don't use fructose, only your liver. And you can't consume very much of it before your liver stores it as fat. And then your pancreas burns out from cranking insulin nonstop. It ain't no different. He's a monogastric, just like us. It's no different than us. Chronic sugar will give you a big, fat, sick animal. You look at Cornish cross hens. You put them in front of a feed bucket, and they'll eat 24/7. They'll start dying naturally at 6, 7, 8 weeks old. You'll have a 10-pound bird at 6 weeks. That's not right, folks. It takes too long to grow a skeleton to carry that tissue. My Cornish cross hen, living a more natural life, is going to be 2 years old in September. People say they don't have longevity. It's not the genetics, it's the feed regimen. How can you not like a pig that climbs in your lap, huh? Yeah, you're a good boy. Yes, you are. Even though you got retarded ears and you're super runty, not even half the size of her, you're still a sweetie. Right, Frank? You're still a sweetie. Give me that nose. You never even bite me. Mer, mer, mer. You're still a sweet boy. You're still skittish, huh? There you go. I won't bite you. You don't have to bite me. Remember when I got you and you were scared to death of me? Thought I was going to eat you? Yeah, I'm still going to probably eat you. But I'll be nice until then. It won't hurt a bit. I'll shoot you when you're sleeping. You'll go have piggy dreams and you won't even wake up. And then I'll defrost you and eat you. Here comes the cavalry. See, now she's talking. She's talking because she ain't been fed. Don't touch. You know it's going to blast you. Don't do it. Don't do it, Beans. Good morning. Let me get you guys some water, and then we'll talk about food. Did a pretty good job boring holes. I like that. I think it's time to plant a little summer crop in here. Nice work. Saved me some trouble. It's feeding time here at the pig hut. I routinely feed the big one inside of that dog crate. Generally, she's eager to get in it because she always gets fed there. But when the other ones beat her to it, I'll let them go in. I'll lock them in the crate so that they get accustomed to it. That way, a cage is not a threatening thing, you know. Same with how I let goats in the trailer. Sometimes I shut the door, I lock them in a trailer overnight in the winter when they're thrilled to be out of the wind and the rain. And that just helps them be gentle and calm animals when it is time to sell them or bring them to another location or send them to slaughter or whatever it is. So I personally think it's good for them, you know, just a little bit of conditioning. I don't want the animals to be afraid, you know. I don't want terror in them. And generally, the reason I lock her in to that crate is because she's so selfish. She's such a hungry pig, and she dominates the other two. She'll bowl them out of the way. Now, Slaw here is shaking, and it's really not. It's rainy, but it's not cold. I don't know if he's cold or nervous. It might even be his first time in the crate. So, other than when I brought him home. So he might just be wound up and nervous. He's powering through it to eat. Neither one of the other ones is shaking, so I don't know. But even in the rain, there's no mud, there's no slop, there's no stink. All these wood chips, like I've told before, my little program, since pigs love to root the edges, they're always pulling up a trough. You know, they're always making a trough along that perimeter. Every day when I come in here, I just take a regular old rake. Whatever wood chips and poop and whatnot is scattered about, I just rake it in and fill in that hole. And that helps the composting action occur. That's the spot. They're going to root it all back out like a gutter and mix it all up some more, and I'll push it back in. That's how we keep this place clean. And Beans is, man, I started to lift her the other day just a little bit, and she is solid. I know she doesn't look too big in here, but I'll bet she's 60, 70 pounds. Right, big girl? Huh? Right, you big girl? She's not fat, you know, she's a lean hog, but she's solid. Over here is the spot that I had them plow for me maybe 10 days ago. And it is planted and sprouted and looking fantastic. I didn't have to till. I didn't fertilize. I didn't lime. I didn't take a soil sample. I don't have to do any of that crap. All of the expense is gone. I have no money to put into this. It's just time. And the pigs are investing their time more than me. They definitely terminated the previous crop. I came in with just a regular hand rake, you know, raked it out, smoothed it out, flattened it a bit. I hand seeded it with a abundant mixture, raked that one more time, and then I came in with a roller on the back of the quad, a real heavy roller. There's your seed to soil contact. I covered it with the hay waste, I guess you could say, from in the goat shed. So all I did was just spread that out on top of the seed, completely on top of the seed. All of this growth is coming through this mulch layer. So you got goat manure, pig manure, obviously urine from the two of them. When the rain hits clay soil, well, when the rain hits any soil, particles from the impact of that raindrop fly up in the air. And they come down in rank of weight. So gravity brings this, you know, the gravels and the stones down first. The lightest particles, the clay is the lightest. So the clay comes floating down like a feather. Rain creates a sort of all of your soil aggregates. And what that causes is for a crusting on the top. Because the clay particles are so small, they'll flow, they'll liquefy, and they'll flow and they'll fill off all the porosity. If I pour water on this driveway, which is rock hard, it will just stay there on the top until it evaporates. I can pour it here and it shoots through like I'm pouring it into a worn out t-shirt, into a bucket. It disappears. This thick mulch prevents the sun and the wind from taking the moisture back out of that soil. So your soil moisture level is much higher, and that directly correlates to growth.